Buongiorno, guys. We are here in the Big Easy. It's 5 a.m. and we are getting ready to do what?
We're going to make 600 pounds of pasta con le sarde to celebrate St. Joseph's Day in New Orleans.
Nolan style.
Nolan style.
Nolan style. I'm so excited, and we're going to be showing you guys every step of this amazing process, as well as the fun and festivities that are going to be going on all weekend long. So I hope you guys love this video.
We're here as the guests of Chef David Greco of Arthur Avenue, Mike's Deli. We're with Mike Fava of the Checo Pasta and the Emmy Award-winning actor Michael Badalucco. We're all sous chefs today. We got a lot of work ahead.
When the calendar turns to March, I can usually only focus on one thing, my favorite Italian-American weekend of the year, St. Joseph's Day in New Orleans. The observance of St. Joseph's Day dates back centuries, and although it's celebrated around the world, it has a particularly deep spiritual meaning for Sicilians, who took St. Joseph as a patron saint when his intercession saved them from a long-ago famine. Sicilian immigrants, some of the earliest Italians to arrive in the United States, brought the tradition here with them as they settled around the country in the late 1800s. But nowhere is the Italian-American culture more Sicilian than New Orleans. And exactly 50 years ago, a group of Italian-Americans, including a young lawyer named Anthony Russo, turned this simple feast observance into one of Italian-America's grandest celebrations. In normal years, we have a pasta party, a parade, and a ball to close it all out. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus outbreak, events around the country had been canceled, including 2 of the 3 of these. But here we are, in this resilient city, with 600 pounds of pasta and a 50-year-old tradition worth celebrating. So, in the spirit of the Big Easy, let the good times roll. Happy St. Joseph's Day from New Orleans. It takes a lot of planning and cooperation to put together a lunch like this.
Voila.
After all, we're talking about 600 pounds of pasta here, and it's all got to be just as good as if we were serving it at home. David put us right to work prepping the gravy and toppings, and he's got a pretty impressive method of making sure all that pasta comes out perfectly al dente.
My big brother Sam is icing down the water right now because we cooked the pasta super al dente. We're gonna chill it, stop it from cooking, then we put it on a tray and it stays air dried, and then we put our gravy on it. And it absorbs the gravy, and even that woman over there is gonna love it.
Then, we add the real magic.
And this represents the sawdust. My father was a carpenter too, and when he's sawing that wood, it falls off, and sawing and planing the wood, and it's there, and then you have a whole bunch of sawdust, but it's delicious sawdust.
We Sicilians call it modiga, a secret mixture of breadcrumbs and seasonings mixed together and used to represent sawdust in honor of St. Joseph, the humble carpenter.
Every Sicilian family has their own Modiga recipe.
Right, exactly.
Mike was saying his family is just bread, olive oil, boom.
Right.
Your mother put cheese, a little green, maybe parsley. My mother put cheese, sugar.
The breadcrumb in the old when the fame was in Sicily was used in replace of cheese.
Thank you.
So putting cheese on it kind of plays off the. It's an Italian American. We've conquered.
We've conquered. We have cheese in our fake cheese. That's Italian America.
Then, we bake it in. And now, the most important part, the taste test. Talk about a breakfast of champions.
All right, guys, so it's 9 a.m. We've been at this for 4 straight hours, and the benefits of hard work is that we get to taste stuff. So, pasta con le sarde for breakfast. Thank you, Chef David.
Mangio.
My pleasure. It was a pleasure to have such good help today. Are you happy, Sicilian guys? Because you guys are the difficult ones.
Buonissima.
With a little downtime before lunch, we decided to pay a quick visit to one of my favorite spots in New Orleans.
I wanted Ro to see what I think is the most beautiful monument to the Italian-American experience in the United States, which is the monument to the immigrant. It was built by the Italian-American Marching Club, who we visited for the St. Joseph's Day Parade.
Judge Tony Russo, one of the driving forces behind starting the St. Joseph's Day Parade 50 years ago, is also the man responsible for the creation of this amazing statue. And, knowing what it meant to me, he was excited to bring the original artist's model to share with me.
This is the mock-up and the actual model that Franco Alessandrini utilized when he was preparing for and actually doing the work on the monument.
That's when the judge hit me with a pretty humbling surprise.
There is not anybody else that I'd like to share this with than you, all right? Because I know you know what it means, and I know that you will not let this monument to the immigrant be forgotten.
When the judge gave me this amazing gift, he basically said, I'm giving this to you because I want you to be the steward in the next generation of its legacy and its meaning, and that means a great deal to me. So in that spirit, we are all certainly disappointed, and we wish we could share with you guys this unbelievable weekend, and we will next year. But right now, the end of the 50th anniversary is going to be our 600 pounds of pasta con le sarde. So like our immigrant forebearers, we Italian Americans are an incredibly resilient people, and we're going to be resilient today. We're going to go out, we're going to wash up because I'm covered in sauce and sardines. We're going to put on our fancy clothes, and we're going to go serve 600 pounds of pasta con le sarde, and we're going to have the best closing you could ask for to what has been an abbreviated but emotional and special weekend. So let's go serve some pasta.
Well, the time had come. 600 pounds of pasta con le sarde, and countless Sicilian Americans ready to celebrate whatever they could of their special holiday.
All right, folks, we ready? Is the Hilton ready? The Hilton is ready? We're ready. In that case, let's get the band. Send it over. Our fight song, ladies and gentlemen. Bring forth the pasta.
With every city we visit and festival we partake in, it's hard not to feel the weight of responsibility as the future torchbearers of our incredible Italian-American culture. As disappointed as we were that we would have to cut short the 50th anniversary celebrations, I was proud to see the resilience of our people on full display. It's a complicated time, and many people are anxious about the future. But days like today remind me of the importance of community. And sure, maybe sharing a 600-pound bowl of pasta wasn't necessarily the smartest thing to do given the circumstances, but traditions are important. And just as our Sicilian ancestors looked to St. Joseph during times of famine and peril, we too can look to our faith and stand together. Sometimes in the rush of the modern world, we overlook the wisdom, and confidence of our ancestors. And something tells me that those ancestors are looking down upon this celebration and this giant bowl of pasta with plenty of reasons to smile.
All right, so things did not exactly go as planned, but since Italians can never waste an opportunity to throw a good party, we're here in Grand Marshal Badalucco's suite at the Hilton, and we even brought some Zeppoli all the way from the Bronx. David brought them, and
We're living
we're living life. We're going with it.
The tradition goes on, and we're here together, and that's what's important. Isn't that right, John?
That's all that counts. From everybody at the family of Greetings from Italian American, the Italian American podcast, Chef David Greco, our local hero, South Vicar, Michael Badalucco, Michael Fava, all our friends, all the New Yorkers are still here partying because the world's going on, and it's all about love, life, and family, and we're familia. So, Mike, what's the message of the week?
Viva San Giuseppe!
Viva San Giuseppe! So, we're here at Michael Badalucco's last men standing party, celebrating during coronavirus, and we just want to share with everybody out there. I know this is a serious issue and people are worried, but we just want to put forward, because tests are hard to come by and we don't have many treatments, but we're going to give you some old Italian options. David is wearing the ancient Italian plague option, a nice clove of garlic, very strong, a lot of properties. And I'm taking the Sicilian San Giuseppe option here, the Lucky Fava bean. Put a few of these Lucky Fava beans in your pocket. You never know if either of these things might be the missing piece to protect us.
I think the garlic works better than fava bean.
Yeah, probably. And you smell.
I know you
smell
smell
so good.
I smell good.
You smell good.
Salud,
Salud. Protect everybody.
Bring on the pasta, more pasta. How about the gravy? I know you people up north call it sauce. We call it gravy down here in the south.
Oh, mama, zoom, zoom, bacala. See, 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 zoom, 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 zoom. Ah, 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 ah. Hey, oh, mama, zoom, zoom, bacala. Oh, mama, zoom, zoom, bacala. Oh, mama, zoom, zoom, bacala.
Salud, my friend. Another great year.
A beautiful tradition. That's better than espresso in the morning. Let me tell you.
How's the pasta con salsa looking?